So this is the serpentine ecosystem, and the ecosystem is usually very dry and rocky, and it's very biodiverse, as you can see through the western azalea and all these other plants here. But another good thing to know is that the soil is ultramafic, which means that there's a lot of toxic elements in the soil, such as magnesium, and it doesn't have much essential nutrients like nitrogen.
Okay, hello. So our ecological concept was climate adaptation, which is basically how plants learn to adapt to lessen the effects of climate change. So basically this could be examples of small surface areas to lose less moisture, and then also the soil, and according to the serpentine, being very strong because it's very arid, but even though it's arid, these plants are able to bloom. And yeah, also these plants have waxy leaves which are able to have more water retention and then bloom.
So as seen in the drawing here, we have a lot of flowers on the branches, and they're very vibrant, very colorful as seen here. The branches are spread out a lot, very sparse so that water can go through. A lot of the branches are thicker, so they are a lot more absorbent for the water.
So the sources that we're using are the Journal of Biogeography, the U.S. Department of Agriculture, and the annual reviews. Now we're going to be talking about the deserts of America. So there are 4 major deserts in North America specifically, which are the Sonoran, Great Basin, Chihuahuan, Mojave deserts. And these places are characterized by how arid they are. It's not a lot of rainfall, which means that a lot of the plants that you see there are stuff like cactuses and other drought-tolerant plants and succulents.
So our ecological concept once again is climate adaptation, which is how plants are able to adapt according to the different climates. And the Chihuahuan Desert, or our deserts of America, is relevant to this ecological concept because of the arid conditions which allow the plants to adapt with their larger trunks, and then also its ability to have less surface area to keep the water moisture in, to adapt to the more dry conditions of the place. Yeah.
Hello, this is the desert spoon. In the drawing, you can see that there's a bunch of very thin leaves pointing out of the branch or the stem, and there's also each leaf has very spiky or thorny, likely for physical defense. And also there's a very thick trunk that we assume is for just retaining as much water possible, and also these thin leaves help the plant overall have a smaller surface area for less evaporation. And also how the leaves are shaped, we assume it helps the rain fall into the stem and allow the plant to just get as much water as possible.
And the sources we used was the California Native Plant Society and Keep Arizona Wild.